very good evening and thank you for joining us for RwandaTV News on this very special edition where we are celebrating women. My name is William Evans Ntibaz and I'm
with Olive Nete.
Let's have a look at the headlines. The government of Rwanda has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing societal challenges, particularly those affecting women, through a collaborative multi-sector approach. We also have a profile on a female police officer operating a motorcycle that weighs over 700 kilograms. On the international scene, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve, signaling a major shift in the U.S. digital asset policy.
It is always a pleasure to have you with us, and let's kick off this edition. On the International Women's Day, the First Lady, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, celebrated women across the world, particularly in Rwanda. She said she has called upon Rwandan women to be the heart of the family and the country. In a written message shared on Imbuto Foundation's X, the First Lady, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, expressed gratitude to all Rwandan women who continue to demonstrate resilience, virtue, self-respect and patriotism, noting that she is aware of their dedication and contribution to building capable and secure families. She continued by encouraging them to continue to strengthen the unity and being the heart of the family, and in particular, she urged them to be the heart of Rwanda. She also urged all women to be the catalyst for positive change that the country is committed to. Now, moving ahead to other matters, the government of Rwanda reaffirms its commitment to addressing societal changes, particularly those affecting women, through a collaborative multi-sectoral approach, and this dedication aligns with the country's steadfast pursuit of gender equality and inclusivity as integral pillars of sustainable development. This was emphasized by the Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Honorable Kazarwa Gertrude, during the International Women's Day celebrations in Ngororero District. Residents of Ngororero District shared that some individuals previously struggled with alcoholism, leading to conflicts that destabilized their families. However, they acknowledged that after receiving guidance and support, their families have since regained stability and achieved progress. Additionally, many families who have long recognized the importance of gender equality between men and women serves as the foundation for development. As a result, they actively engage in agricultural activities, contributing to their socio-economic growth. The chairperson of the National Women's Council, Belancille Nyirajyambere, highlighted that the remarkable transformation of women's roles in Rwanda over the past 30 years is a testament to a promising future.
In good governance, women have not been left behind. Women have taken up decision-making positions in various sectors, too many to name. We appreciate their contributions and encourage more women to step forward and increase their representation in these fields. There are many great examples proving that women can lead effectively. A woman is a mother, but she's also capable of driving development in her home and beyond. Women in the justice sector, among others, are fulfilling their responsibilities with excellence. I would say this is a positive development.
The Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Honorable Kazarwa Gertrude, emphasized Rwanda's significant strides in empowering women. She noted that women are now reaching a remarkable height and actively contributing to the country's development. She also reaffirmed the government's commitment to addressing the remaining challenges through a collaborative multi-sector approach.
Help us, help yourself, and help the country to ensure that our children stay in school. Despite progress, challenges such as gender-based violence in families and teenage pregnancies still persist. As Parliament, within our responsibilities, we have the Rwandan Women Parliamentary Forum, which also includes our male colleagues. Together, we are committed to working with various institutions to find sustainable solutions to these ongoing challenges in our country and families. Dear leaders, for our nation to continue developing, we must expand our knowledge and strengthen technical and vocational schools. This will help us achieve a sustainable economy that benefits everyone.
As part of the celebrations, various families received water tanks and modern stoves to enhance their well-being. The event also highlighted key initiatives such as agriculture and other income-generating activities that have contributed to women's empowerment and economic growth. This marks the 53rd global celebration of International Women's Day and the 50th in Rwanda. The theme for this year is Women Are of Value. Now to more news still about Women's Day celebration. Our colleague William Evans, a conversation with AIP Kalimya Penina. She serves with the Rwanda National Police in the Traffic Department. We have a report.
AIP Kalimya Penina is a married woman with children. She is one of the riders of police motorcycles used by traffic police. She operates a large motorcycle weighing over 700 kilograms, suggesting that riding it requires both physical and emotional strength as well as significant intelligence to fulfill her duties properly.
I started without knowing exactly what I will do besides just being a police officer. I'm so proud of how I turned out, and I know I have left many marks, and my children will proudly say our mother served her country. I'm grateful to my country and our leadership because they motivate us to do our best because we are capable.
Penina says it's a huge honor for her to serve in this capacity.
We are treated the same and taught the same things without gender discrimination. Everyone must acknowledge that they have the full potential to do anything without discrimination. Actually, discrimination against women or anyone in police is a taboo.
AIP Penina adds that she appreciates how the principle of gender equality is duly respected within the Rwanda National Police, with women being given opportunities to speak and showcase their talents like men. Women too actively participate in all aspects and also their talents promoted. Despite her responsibility of operating these motorcycles, she possesses knowledge and ability that allows her to pursue other roles, but there is an added advantage in that women are given the opportunity to care for their families as well.
Our type of work is well planned, so we are not conflicted at all with taking care of our families, and we successfully manage both.
The spokesperson of the Traffic Police Department, SP Kayiji Emmanuel, commends the work being done by women, noting that when their results align with those of their male counterparts, it leads to faster and more effective work. Before, women would be afraid of certain responsibilities, but now, if you were to make an assessment, our female officers are as active and productive as their brothers. Female officers, just like men, have working hours, and once they're done with their day's work, nothing stops them from continuing with their personal and family responsibilities. AIP Kalimya and her colleagues say that what excites them even more is seeing other young girls joining the police force and continuing to strive for a future where Rwandan women can contribute positively in any position, as a woman is indeed valued in Rwanda. And now, the leadership of Rwanda Stock Exchange has noted that over the years, more women are increasingly participating in stock exchange market, giving hope that in the near future, a number of women are going to be equal to that of men in this sector. We have a report. Usually, this bell is sounded ceremoniously to mark the opening or closing of a trading session on a stock exchange market, which serves as a signal to traders and investors. However, this instance was particularly in relation to the International Women's Day celebration, as explained by the CEO of Rwanda Stock Exchange. What we call Ring the Bell is an annual ceremony activity done by all stock markets that wish. 118 stock markets have particularly sounded this bell to demonstrate their solidarity with the rest of the world as we celebrate gender equality. Women attended this Ring the Bell event from all spheres, including government officials and others. According to the leadership of Rwanda Stock Exchange, women participation is on a rise in this field.
ku isoko ry'imari n'imigabane ikigaragara uyu munsi bagenda biyongera nicyo kintu tubona ntabwo baragera aho twakwiye.
On the stock exchange market, the number of women is steadily growing. We have not, of course, reached a desirable number, but we are on our way there. These belong to different leadership positions, and others are stock brokers. During this event, women who have made a significant contribution to women empowerment were also recognized and awarded, including Mrs. Solaya Munyana, who was recently appointed governor of the National Bank, and Safi Mukundwa, who received a prize of 3 million Rwandan francs for her initiative, Safi Life Organization Rwanda, that promotes and empowers girls through its different programs.
The money you have received is to support us continue with our different activities in supporting the girl child and empowering her depending on the current needs.
According to the leadership of Rwanda Stock Exchange, 50% of its employees are women.
Now let's change the subject and go to other matters. In Central Africa, army personnel who completed basic training to join the Central African Armed Forces affirmed that what they were taught by the Rwanda Defense Force is a solid foundation on which they will build their professionalism. This was after their passing out ceremony. Prince Manzi has the details.
Full of joy and dancing are the young men and women who joined the Central African Armed Forces. They say that their dreams of serving their nation became true. The new soldiers who have completed their basic training say that being trained by the Rwanda Defense Force gives them confidence that they will perform well in the duties awaiting them in their country.
I chose a military career because in the past years there has been instabilities in our country and the nation needed young people to move forward and ensure that security improves. I need security and I'll continue this work while encouraging others to join me so we can work together because security is the foundation of everything.
The leadership of the Central African Armed Forces states that it is continuing its plan to build a professional military as part of efforts to strengthen the security that has been restored in the country. We learned a lot, starting with leadership and defending tactics, and most especially how to use various weapons. Most of them are young, and this is what they say was their take from Rwanda Defense Force.
I admire their discipline and hygiene. They taught this to us, and I know how to count in Kinyarwanda.
I have learned a lot about discipline, and this has helped me greatly. I know that what our instructors have given us will continue to assist me significantly in my military career. It is essential, and I rely on it heavily. Lieutenant Colonel Jean Bosco Hitayezu of the Rwanda Defense Force reiterates that the trained in various cohorts have started to demonstrate impacts in the Central African Armed Forces. When you look on their discipline, how they behave while deployed, they are not the ones that can take a gun and go to a bar, yet here some of them do that. They are not a burden to citizens as well. They are also deployed up country sometimes to fight against an enemy, and the supervisors speak fond of them. The leadership of the Central African Armed Forces states that it is continuing its plan to build a professional military as part of efforts to strengthen the security that has been restored in the country.
Thank you, Prince Manzi, for that report. Now, women from various sectors in Kigali City have committed to uplifting their fellow women out of poverty by offering them employment opportunities and encouraging them to be bold. This was highlighted during the celebration of International Women's Day in their different sectors. Enora Gladys.
For the 50th time, Rwanda joined the world in celebrating International Women's Day. Women from Nyarugunga and Kanombe sectors came together to improve themselves and help others, explaining how this has benefited them. What I can testify is that women are capable because I now live in my own house thanks to the support I received from the government. Additionally, I am now a tailor and I have 3 machines that I use for tailoring. I also pay for my own health insurance and the government no longer contributes to my insurance. Now, I'm in a position to help others as well.
uyu munsi navuga ko ari amahirwe cyane kuri twebwe kuko dushobora kwigurira mituweli tutagombye.
Today I will say it is a huge opportunity for us because we now have the ability to pay health insurance without asking for help, and we can also buy other things we need. For example, I have a livestock that I acquired from the money I earned making liquid soap. Truly, women are capable because we have the ability to raise children, take care of all housework, and still do our own regular work. A woman is truly capable. The projects helping these women learn skills and improve themselves are proud to see the changes in their lives.
Aho bigeze ubu ngubu biratanga umusaruro mwiza mu ishuri ry'imyuga.
At this point, we can see that it is yielding great results. In the vocational training school, women are learning skills for self-improvement such as beauty care, hairdressing, and more. They are knowledgeable and this gives them opportunities for employment. Women representatives from the National Women's Council in these sectors emphasize their role in helping others out of poverty and combating malnutrition.
Umugore ahari iyo umugabo yaba adahari twamaze kubona ko yabeshaho urugo.
We have already seen that women even without a husband are capable. However, this year we focused particularly on fighting malnutrition, and we were able to significantly reduce it in the Kanombe sector. We also supported people with disabilities by creating an association that makes bags and other items, but primarily we focused on combating malnutrition. Wherever a woman is, I would tell her you're strong and capable.
Kushobora kurera umwana wawe, gushobora kubaka urugo rwawe. Umunsi rero twagizemo ibyishimo byinshi cyane, turimo twibuka ibyo abagore.
Today is a day of great joy for us as we reflect on what women have achieved and also look at the challenges preventing women from reaching development goals, particularly gender equality between women and men. Today we have had great activities including helping women who trained in tailoring by providing them with sewing machines.
Fashije abagore bize imyuga twabahaye imashini.
Under the theme for all women and girls' rights, equality and empowerment, which was used for this day, in Nyarugunga sector, 9 women were given sewing machines to help them lift themselves out of poverty, and tools were provided to help them overcome malnutrition. In the Kanombe sector, 23 women received financial support totaling over 1.5 million Rwandan francs to support their self-improvement efforts. Enora Gladys, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Enora, for the details. Now to the education sector. The University of Rwanda has welcomed 160 new students supported by the MasterCard Foundation in their academic pursuits. These students were encouraged to dedicate themselves to their studies and focus on personal growth with the understanding that by transforming themselves, they can contribute to the development of the country and the broader African continent goals aligned with the mission of the MasterCard Foundation, which is funding their education.
And the students admitted to the 7 colleges of the University of Rwanda were selected based on their talent and academic excellence. However, financial constraints had hindered their ability to pursue higher education as their families were unable to meet the costs. The MasterCard Foundation's support, covering both their tuition and essential needs, was described as a great relief, lifting the heavy burden they had carried.
Professor Didas Kaihura, the university's vice chancellor, reminded the students that with this opportunity comes the responsibility to excel. He urged them to focus on self-transformation to become not only future leaders but also skilled professionals that the job market requires.
The MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program comes to supplement, actually to strengthen our initiatives of transforming Rwandans, Africans and world members in training them to getting to excellency. And now what the MasterCard Foundation program comes to add on is now what are those ingredients to the excellence that we are aspiring to. And now those are the ingredients they are bringing in. the soft skills, the leadership skills. I mean, I'm talking about confidence building, financial literacy, how to interpret what you get and make use of it, and even give back to the community. This is what we are training them into. And by that, one, they are gaining the requisite skills that are going to contribute, as you heard when I was discussing with them. I was telling them about the NST2. Now we are done with NST1. NST2 also is having it as knowledge-based economy, Rwanda's ambition. And each and every one of these scholars, of course, together with those others that are not into this benefit, will all contribute to this transformation and then lead to the achievement of the NST1 objectives and goals.
Now, the MasterCard Foundation's primary mission is to empower young people, particularly by providing access to education that fosters change and contributes to the prosperity of the African continent. Anne-Marie Kagwesije, the head of university scholarship programs at the Master Foundation, emphasized that funding students' tuition is a key part of achieving this vision, as it enables them to first transform their communities and countries.
This marks the third cohort of students supported by the MasterCard Foundation at the University of Rwanda. The partnership between these institutions is set to continue for the next 10 years with the goal of providing scholarships and essential support to 1,200 students. Among the new recipients are 30 refugees and 15 international students, all benefiting from the Foundation's commitment to expanding educational opportunities. To more news, on Saturday, the Rotary Club brought together approximately 800 young students for discussions aimed at promoting a culture of leadership and innovation. The Minister of Information, Communication Technology and Innovation, Paula Ingabire, emphasized to the youth that leadership is not merely a title but requires setting clear goals and prioritizing the interests of those you lead above your own. The participants, consisting of students from primary, secondary and tertiary institutions across the country, engaged in discussions on the importance of leadership and innovation. They echoed the sentiment that leadership should be instilled in young people, enabling them to collaborate and contribute to the country's growth while safeguarding the accomplishments of their generation.
The Rotary Virunga Kigali Club, which organized the event, retaliated that the future of the organization, both in Rwanda and international, rests on the shoulders of the youth. This commitment to youth development is why the club continues to invest in building their capacity, ensuring the expansion of initiatives that foster the growth of Rwanda's.
Returning to the theme of discussions, the Minister of Information, Communication, Technology and Innovation, Paula Ingabire, conveyed to the youth that leadership is not only defined by age but by the willingness and commitment to prioritize the interests of those you lead. She further emphasized that technology should be viewed as a powerful tool to acquire new knowledge and foster innovation rather than a mere distraction. In Rwanda, the Rotary Club currently has 550 members, but they acknowledge that this number is still small. They are keen to expand their membership to help further grow the activities they already implement to develop the Rwandans. During the discussions, 4 students who are already members of Rotary Club at their institutions shared their experiences. These students have inspired others to engage in initiatives that contribute to the development of Rwandan society, serving as a role models for their peers to follow. Now to more news. The East African Community Court of Justice has completed its activities in Rwanda, which lasted nearly a whole month. President Judge Honorable Justice Nestor Kayobera spoke to our colleague of issues about this court. Take a listen.
The court has been established as one of the organs of the community under Article 9 of the treaty, which established the community, and under Article 23(1) of the treaty. The mandate of the court is to ensure adherence to the court in interpretation, application, and compliance with the law of the community. So the mandate of this court is provided for under Article 23(1) of the treaty and 27 of the treaty. It will ensure that there is a compliance, that partner states comply with the law of the community. Yes.
Someone would wonder what sort of cases are filed in East African Court of Justice.
You know, when we are dealing with the cases, which are filed by the citizen against their government, most of the time the governments don't accept. Normally they are not happy. Most of the time they are not happy because the cases are filed by their citizens against the government. But the nature of the cases which come here, these are the cases which are not the cases as appeal of the case which come from the national courts, but there are cases which are filed for violation of their obligations under the treaty. For example, if the citizen has been imprisoned in a country without following the criminal law, those people, when they come to our court, they are not coming as criminal cases. They are coming as cases for which the partner states, their governments, have not respected their imprisonment. So if, for example, the law of the country says when you retain a person within 2 months, within 1 month, he must be taken to a court, and it will take 1 year without taking that person to the court. That person comes to our court not as an appeal, but he says that my country, my government has violated its own law. And when you violate your own law, you violate your obligations under the treaty. So the case which we receive, there are cases which relate to the violation of the treaty. And whenever a country violates its own law, the people come. They don't come as an appeal, because this court is not an appellate court over national courts. Yes.
Definitely. Lastly, this is the third rotation. Of course, we've heard about rotations. We need to understand the significance of these rotations. But also for this third rotation, just your comments about it, your sort of reflection, how has it been from the time you came to Kigali, and maybe compared to the rest of the rotations, but beginning from the significance, but also reflecting on this current rotation?
First of all, is that when we were appointed in February 2021, we said that this court should not remain in Arusha, and we adopted this principle of rotation. And in November 2021, we went to Bujumbura, to Burundi, where we spent almost 1 month. And the intention is that to make sure that the court is near the people. Because the court should not remain in Arusha, because the court is not for the judges, it's for the people. And remember, the treaty says that the community is a people-centered, is a market-driven. So the community which belongs to the people. So from there in 2021, when Bujumbura, in 2022, we went to Kampala. And also, which means that from Bujumbura to Kampala, there was some improvement. Now we are here in Kigali. So if you see how we have been received by the government, by the judiciary, by the people, even by the court here, we feel that the court has left from Arusha and now it is at home in Kigali. So which means that this rotation is making the court to be more visible. So the visibility of this court now is known. So with the 4 years, I'm grateful that now the court is well known. Of course, much need to be done. So we continue, and we are sure, we hope that now the fourth one will be even better.
Honorable Justice, much has to be done. In speaking to the future, as the custodian of justice, but also law in the different countries, but also as East African community, where do you see this court in say 10 years in terms of impact, but also, yes, in terms of impact?
First of all, the court is not operating in vacuum. The court has been established by the partner states, by the leaders, the heads of state. First of all, this court, the life of this court will depend on the stability, on the security within our countries. Because otherwise, there is no court if the countries are not secure. Stability. That's one. Secondly, the stability also will assist in the court getting the finances. So the life of this court will also depend on the life of the community, in life of the partner states. Security is key. So we are grateful to the government, but also to the judiciary and to the people for their facilities, but also for their hospitality to our court.
Icyo mbaza ni kimwe koko hari umuntu ugihagarara ku nyama muri iki gihe koko buretse nitaba umukiriya kiriya biteze
ariko tayi aho gusoreza imyenda wibereye kuri telefone kweli
ariko ni kuwa mbere nawe wagwa wango uracyari wose icyo nakubwiraga wa muntu niko ye umuntu w'umugabo ku bukwe bwe akambara kositimu itukura iciye n'amaboko noneho none se uyisuza
si wombwiye ngo ngwemo se
ntabwo ari ibi navugaga
kuwa mbere kanda akanyenyeri 345 akanyenyeri 2 urwego maze nawe ugwemo. Wikwisondeka.
Well, moving on to the international scene now. In the US, President Donald Trump has hosted a top cryptocurrency industry leaders at the White House and signed executive orders establishing strategic Bitcoin reserve, signaling a major shift in the US digital asset policy. VOA has more on this.
On Friday, President Donald Trump welcomed to the White House leaders of the cryptocurrency industry to discuss the future of digital assets.
I know you worked, some of you, very long before people really understood what was happening. And so I congratulate you, but this is a big day.
The event signaled a dramatic shift in U.S. policy toward the cryptocurrency industry, whose major players have complained about the Biden administration's regulation and enforcement efforts. Trump made several crypto-related promises on the campaign trail last year, and the crypto industry spent millions of dollars toward his re-election and inauguration. His Securities and Exchange Commission has dismissed litigation against some cryptocurrency companies.
My administration also is working to end the federal bureaucracy's war on crypto, which was really going on pretty wildly during Biden.
And Trump signed an executive order to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The U.S. government confiscates Bitcoin, the world's most traded cryptocurrency, during criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings. Now, the government will hold that seized Bitcoin, not sell it, as has been done, Trump said. No taxpayer money will be used, he said. A majority of Americans are concerned about cryptocurrency's reliability and safety, according to a Pew Research Center survey in October. Critics say cryptocurrencies are risky for both consumers and financial systems. The Trump administration's creation of a Bitcoin reserve could help some investors gain more confidence in digital assets.
It's a step towards legitimizing cryptocurrencies. If the government holds it and holds on to it, I think that is a sign that these things are legitimate to purchase.
The U.S. needs to be a leader in the cryptocurrency markets, some observers say.
We have created, in effect, a parallel second financial system to the fiat currency system. And so it's in the United States citizens' interests to be able to, for the United States to play on that playing field, lest it wants to lose financial power.
The first step for the Bitcoin reserve will be to review how much Bitcoin the U.S. government actually holds. White House officials estimate the government has about 200,000 Bitcoins, roughly worth $17 billion. Michelle Quinn, VOA News.
And of course, that brings us to the end of tonight's edition. But before we go, let's have a look at the headlines.
The government of Rwanda has reaffirmed its commitment to addressing societal challenges, particularly those affecting women, through a collaborative multi-sectoral approach. We have also seen a profile on a female police officer operating a motorcycle that weighs over 700 kilograms. On the international scene, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve, signaling a major shift in the U.S. digital asset policy.
that brings us to the end of tonight's edition. Of course, we are still celebrating women, and I'm sure Olive has a message to the women.
Happy Women's Day to all women out there.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.